Right, here's the video review for Iron Factory. What is his number? IFEX21 Bridge Watcher, aka Shockwave. Comes in a little Iron Factory box like you're used to at this point. And it's Shockwave, and they offered him at a special price. I think he was $25 as opposed to like the $35 or whatever they normally come out. But he was a little cheaper, and he is his laser gun self. Actually kind of twist him a little bit to get him to stand up, support himself like that due to his little laser pistol hand sticking out a little bit, but I'll explain all that in just a minute. And here he is with the Legends class Shockwave counterpart. So, better handle, but overall just slightly bigger than the body itself. So yeah, he does have some tabs here on his hand. I can't think of any current figures that can hold him. That's not to say that there aren't any. But he is intended to be held by War Giant, their Bruticus, that they have shown off recently, which I'm looking forward to. So those tabs are there to allow him to be held by War Giant, and possibly some other larger figures that they may make down the line. I don't know. But yeah, little laser gun. He does have a little flip-up sight. You can fold that down if you wish. Like I said, my only minor drawback is this little sticky pokey out hand. Again, there are options to fix that, and it's not a huge deal. He does have a little flexible rubber hose here. And there he is. So to transform him, we'll go ahead and split the legs and the handle down here. Like that. Open up these panels right here, which will allow you to extend the legs up and out, in much the same vein as the Seekers. Fold these back up. And then you rotate the legs at the thigh swivel, like that. And then these panels fold down like this, and then fold around and snap on to the side of his leg. And then you flip out the toe. And there is a heel piece here that also flips out if you can get your fingernail up in there enough, or you can just use a flat tool to flip that out to where you can get a hold of it and get it going. You also might hear the rain that has started to fall as a thunderstorm has apparently moved through the building. Not the building, the area. Well, I guess technically it hasn't. Well, it hasn't. No, I'm in the building. The building is my house, and nothing has moved through it yet. Anyway, so there's the legs, and then for the top part, you lift, put the lower half of this assembly flips up, and then this whole assembly comes down. You can see on this hinge to form his backpack, and there are some little tabs here that do tab in and secure it in place on his back. There we go. Just snap that on place. Well, that does limit his hip articulation. He does have a waist swivel, but you have to disengage this back piece. Not the end of the world if you want it, but snap you in. And the arms come down to the side here, just like that. Flip his fist out and rotate it. And same over here, bring the arm down, rotate it out to the side, and flip his little gun hand out. And once that's done, flip his chest down. This whole assembly flips up, and then flip his head out, which again, a little problematic if you don't have a good grip on it. Now he does have a pink eye, a light piped kind of eye. I'm trying to see if I can get some light directly on it, and I can't from my viewing angle here. If you hold it up under a light, it will glow a little better than it is currently doing. But this is a separate piece, and it's not, at least on mine, glued in. I can push this out, and you might be able to, yeah, you can kind of pull this out the back with the eyepiece. So I may paint a little yellow on there, slide it back in. We'll see. But there you go. Ball joint head, ball joint shoulders, bicep swivel. Hinged elbows to a little over 90 degrees. Again, that aforementioned waist swivel if you unlock the backpack. These little panels on the side flip up for wider legged poses. Ball joint hips, thigh swivel, hinge knees, and then there is actually a second hinge there. It's mostly to collapse it in gun mode, but it does give you a lot of extra range there in the foot or in the leg itself. Toe has a separate, this whole piece folds up and the toe itself has a separate hinge, so you've got a pretty decent range of motion there. And then of course the toe flap. Well, now because of that, the front piece is on a ball joint up in there, so you can angle it a little bit. The heel piece is just on a hinge, so you don't get any tilt from the ankle, but if you have them in a wider leg stance, you can at least get the front of the foot level with the ground. And he's pretty solid and sturdy. Now he does come with, I mentioned alleviating this thing sticking out. You can remove it. The instructions don't say to remove it, they just leave it out. But you can just pop that out if you so desire, because it's annoying you. But he also comes with, and I haven't popped any of them off, he comes with some replacement hands, fists for each side, a second grabby hand, open hand I guess, that matches this one. Two just flat open palm hands, and then kind of a Nazi salute hand, I don't know, but a flat hand, karate chop hand, which is his right hand. So you can swap, if you want it to match this side and not have this thing poking out, you can swap out a normal hand. I haven't popped any of these off. I'm happy with the hands that I've got. Maybe I'll put the, actually, you know, let's go ahead and put the fist on, just the flat fist. I don't want to replace his gun hand. I just feel like that's, I don't know, is it sacrilege? I'm just going to twist that off. They're only attached there at the base. At least this one is. Yeah, all of these come out. Oh no, this one's attached at the fist, so maybe you want to be a little bit more careful with pulling it off the sprue on that one. But you can give them a smaller fist on this side. Just a closed fist. Which, again, doesn't... Oh, but it doesn't appear to actually fold up. Nuts, the thumb sticks out enough that it can't really fold up in... Oh, there we go. I was thinking maybe that's a little smaller and it will hide a little better than even this one did in gun mode. And it does, but like the way it smishes it, like I'd be afraid that it would start warping these panels up. It kind of widened this gap a little bit when I folded it in, so... Okay, so I guess we're sticking to the normal hand. And that one really doesn't hide too badly. So, yeah, you can swap out some hands on them, although really only these open hands or this peg seem to be designed to fit properly. If you plug this in, it's just you're just going to have like karate chop fingers or splayed fingers sticking out of the bottom of the gun. Your choice if you want to do it, and for display that's fine, but for transformation, really either the open hands that already come attached to him, or that laser gun, the canonically appropriate laser gun, I must reiterate to point out, work, even though it's a little bit of a pain in gun mode, at least if you're just trying to stand him up and display him. Refocus this a little bit there. And like all of Iron Factory's current output, he is Legend scale. Here he is with the Starscream, the Tyrant's Wings Red. Here he is with Titan's Return Sea Spray. And of course, since we already had him out, here he is with his previous Legends class counterpart. And again, I think he looks a little better in gun mode overall, and I certainly think he looks a little better here in robot mode. Like I still like this guy. This guy's staying on my shelf. I like him. He's fun, but this guy's a little bit more shockwavy than this guy was. Anyway. But there it is, Iron Factory IFEX21 Bridge Watcher. Fun little Shockwave. Looking forward to having their Bruticus, their War Giant, hold him once that's all out and combined.